Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Hawk, and thank you for tuning in with me another week for another episode of My Perspective Podcast. Thank you for rocking out with me. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Ain't gonna cost you nothing. Do me another favor, tap the subscribe button. Help me grow. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I need y'all help. Help me grow the platform. One more thing, share the content so more people can see me, so I can grow. I'm trying to grow organically, you know, and it's been a good ride, and I love it. I'm learning a lot. So y'all help me grow the platform. Thank y'all for another week of tuning in and rocking out with your boy. I appreciate you. Before we get started, you know what we do. Disclaimer: I ain't no therapist. I ain't no life coach. I ain't no relationship expert. I ain't no clinical psychologist. I don't got no titles, no letters, no DD, no PhD, nothing behind my name. I'm just an old head with a microphone with something to say. And I hope what I say resonate with you. I hope it provokes thought. And I also hope it provokes change, but if not, no harm, no foul. Because guess what? At the end of the day, it's just my perspective. So let's just get into it. Thank y'all for rocking with me, man. To all my day one, and I love y'all. Love and salute. And to my future day ones, welcome aboard. Love and salute. Let's get into it. Hey, check this out, man. Well, your boy is a Johnny come lately. I am a Johnny come lately, man. I thought I had the game figured out. I thought I had the, this thing called life figured out. Shit, boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Man, listen, I'm just not learning the value and the importance of self-love. And I always thought I loved myself, but I didn't understand what self-love really meant. So now, going through therapy and stuff like that, talking to these experts and people who, got some expertise and where I'm lacking at, well, I'm realizing, man, I fumbled a lot of shit in my life. I messed up a lot in my life because I didn't have self love. And man, I ain't dwelling over yesterday and I ain't crying over spilled milk. I'm just like, boy, my life could have been a way different, a lot different, had I only exercised self love in my personal life, in my relationship, but most definitely in my marriage. I know it sounds selfish because when I hear self love, I think of a selfish dude, a selfish person, a selfish mother sucker. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. But I know I was just selfish. They don't care about nobody but themselves. But as I'm going through my therapy and my own little personal journey and doing my own little self assessments and things like that, I'm realizing, and Steve Harvey said it best. I don't even care for Steve Harvey like that for real, but he said it best. You can't be no good for nobody else if you ain't the best for yourself. The best thing, this is what he said. I just paraphrase. He said the best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. You gotta got the whole so you can pull other people up. That's essentially what that means when it comes to self love. You know what I'm saying? I know about self preservation, survival of the fittest. I get that part, but the self love part, I didn't quite understand that. Till now, I know about it now. So I want to talk about it for a few minutes. Cause man, I tell you, boy, I'm out of touch, man, with reality and society, boy. I've been in a little bubble all my life. I thought, I come from a Christian background. I'm not saying nothing bad about Christianity, so don't shoot me. Don't rip me up in the comment. But as a Christian, my understanding and my knowledge and my teachings, my learnings from Christianity is always sacrificial love. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. You know what I'm saying? He died on the cross for your sins and my sin. That's sacrifice. That's the love I know. I've always just given myself or been selfish when it came to love and relationship. Always. And man, when I tell you, in the grand scheme of things, especially when it comes to family relationship, that's the worst place to be. You supposed to get yourself together first so you can be a blessing to everybody else. I'm gonna give you an example. I can remember when I first started my entrepreneur journey. Right, I was trying to had just moved to South Carolina. I've always had a dream or goal to be an entrepreneur. I want to start my own business trucking company, get me a truck, be an own operator, things like that. Right, and I had an opportunity buy a truck, had a down payment, had stuff lined up. Guess what? I told this story before, but it go inside what I'm talking about today. Um, so I talked to my mentor, and he told me, situation, me back, I'm going too fast. So, in position to buy my first truck, um, but we needed a bigger car. My family needed a bigger car. Kids getting bigger, and my sons back there fighting, and my baby boy told me, "Daddy, tell Edgy to get off me." So I looked back there, I just started laughing. I said, "Shit, son, he can't get off you. Y'all can't. He can't." So we needed a bigger car. We had a small, little, little luxury car, whatever. We ain't had no business in that damn car. Everybody in that car big. The mama, me, the kids, everybody is big and husky. Just big people. You know what I'm saying? And but we trying to be sporty. You know how black folk do. Want to look good instead of be good. You know what I'm saying? That kind of crap. So listen to my OG told me. He said, "Hey man, I'm proud of you. Congratulations on but buy your truck first, and in 6 months, then get your wife a new car. Kill two birds with one stone." And that was in 2013. I chose to listen to my wife and do sacrificial love rather than listen to my mentor and do self love. I know you're thinking, how's that self love? But it's putting me first, putting me in position to be successful so I then can in turn be a greater success to my family. That's what I'm talking about. And I didn't do that. And that was in 2013. I went with my wife because she was complaining, the kids were complaining. I chose to sacrifice for my family rather than uh, make the investment and appear to be selfish, then be a blessing later on down the line. You feel what I'm saying? And that was in 2013. I keep saying 2013. Now I wasn't able to get my first truck again. I wasn't in position to get my first truck until 2020. Now it was 7 years later. That was 7 years later. I know some of y'all who smarter than me, you know, I could have did it different, and I believe you. But my lifestyle, my way of thinking, my worldview, that's what caused the delay in my start my entrepreneur career. But hey, you live and you learn. But even when it comes to relationship, like just straight up relationship, we in these relationships, and I'm speaking from experience again, and you put your woman first, and you break your neck for this woman, for them children, her kids. If you love this girl, you love her kids, whatever the case may be, you put them first for everything. Because I was taught to do that, you know, as a young man growing up, and as a young Christian growing up when I was into Christianity. I was taught to do this, you be the sacrifice. I done prayed that prayer to God. God, I'm gonna be the sacrificial man for my family, for the betterment of my family. Not realizing me sacrificing for them instead of making better business decisions first, I did them a great disservice. I did them a great disservice. And man, now me being 50 and trying to live off um, that teaching, man, it messed me all up. Messed me all up. Because now I'm like, bruh, you in the deficit. You in the hole. So all I'm saying today is, man, if you don't know this by now, I'm 50 years old saying this shit. I'm Johnny come lately. And boy, I feel like a stupid ass dude. If you don't know this by now, man, put yourself first. And when I say that, I'm not saying it from a negative space or from a selfish space. I'm saying it from a space of you really want to be a blessing to your family and your loved ones and the people you care about. You got to be in position to do that. So that means you have to put yourself in position. You got to put yourself first. That means if you got to go to school and to get the career you want, that means you got to put yourself in the budget. You can't give everybody them 2 views you've been giving them. You got to do that. It's gonna seem like you a crab. Now it's gonna seem like you trying to switch up, you change it, but you're on a mission. That temporary sacrifice, putting yourself first to put yourself in position for long term growth and long term gain, man, it's necessary and it's worth it. I'm gonna say it again. It's very, very necessary, but more than that, it's worth it. We don't want to sacrifice short term for long term gain and long term success, long term happiness. We got this YOLO mentality. You only live once. That may be true. No, it is true. It ain't no maybe true. You only live once. But man, if you could sacrifice for 5 years to be a millionaire for the rest of your life, would it be worth it to you to do that? 7 years. In the grand scheme of things, the average person live to be 65, 67, whatever the case may be. That's the life expectancy. I'm gonna say that. Um, you sacrifice 5 to 7 years to investing, saving, um, building your business, investing in your business, not taking the extra, putting it on your body, eating it up, and traveling the world. 5 to 7 years, just investing in yourself, investing in your business, investing in your financial security to live the rest of your life comfortably and independently. Why wouldn't you do that? We don't. That's why ain't that many rich people in the world. That's why it's only these numbers are outdated a little bit. But when I discovered this, it blew my mind. This is back in early 2000. It's a little bit different now. Back in 2000, only 4% of Americans made $50,000 a year or more. Today's time, I don't know the exact numbers, but the last I checked, it was about 10%. So out of 800 million people in America, only 10% of those 800 million make over $50,000 a year. That's crazy. Six-figure earners, less than that. Out of 800 million people, only 10% of that. So you're talking about across from California, from the West Coast to the East Coast, top to bottom, diagonal, however you want to splice it. Only about 80 million people making 50 grand a year or more. But guess what? It could be a greater number if we sacrifice to put ourselves in position. That sacrifice is called self-love. That sacrifice is called self-love. You ain't really doing it for yourself in the grand scheme of things. You're doing it for the greater good. However, you got to put yourself first to accomplish these goals. You got to. And if you don't, you're going to stay in the rat race. You're going to stay on the hamster wheel. I'm 50 years old. I'm still on the hamster wheel because of this advice I didn't take for myself 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I felt like me sacrificing for my family, putting them first before me, putting them first before my dream to better my family was the best thing to do in the eyes of God. Boy, was I sadly mistaken. That was a lack of wisdom on the highest level. It looked like selfish and it looked like manipulation, but in actuality, I was creating a better life for my future, my family, and my future generation. But I didn't because I thought putting them first was the best thing to do. And it ain't. And that's with all due respect. It is not. If you in a position, are you close to becoming a success financially or whatever the case may be, but you decide to put somebody else in front of that, you're doing yourself and them a great disservice. A great disservice. Especially if y'all not working as a team. Especially if you're not working as a team. If you're working as a team, it's a little bit different, but still, If your significant other, fellas, got a dream and got a vision, this especially go for y'all because men are so goddamn egotistical. We know we drive off testosterone, so we macho, we aggressive, we want to be the leaders, and that's fine. But sometime your wife or your girl got a better idea than you. Your wife or your girl is on a better path or on a better trajectory for success than you. You got to be smart enough to pour fuel on that fire so you can get her there quicker. Because it's for your benefit too. That don't mean you got to be no yes man. That don't mean you got to be hand pet. That mean your ass smart. That means you're smart because you want the best for your family. You want the best for yourself. Gotta think about that. Gotta think about that. It blew my mind to realize, man, I'm so out of touch. And I've been doing this shit all wrong for so long. Bro, man. If you don't love yourself first, you're doing yourself and people you love a great disservice. You doing you and the people you love a great, great disservice. You got to put yourself first, especially when it comes to finances. If you're in a position to make a better living for your family, you got to do that first, man. If long as if it's not illegal or unethical, man, you got to put yourself first. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel about it, knowing what I know now versus what I knew then. Man, you got to put yourself first, man. It's because it's gonna better everybody in the long run. If you don't do that, man, it's gonna take you longer and longer and longer to reach your goals and dreams. The ones who are driven, type A personalities, alpha males, hell, alpha females, whatever you want to call it, they the ones that are getting successful. But the negative side to that is once you become successful, you do become egotistical. You do become you go from confident to being cocky if you ain't careful, if you ain't humble. You know what I'm saying? You do think you the shit. You do want to be looked at as the man or the woman, a boss or a boss chick. It ain't that deep, y'all. What you really want is financial freedom and financial security and a peace of mind and happiness for you and your family and the people you love the most and whatever it is you love the most. That's what it's really all about, in my opinion. Everybody don't think like me. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, man, put yourself first. Put yourself first. I'm out here driving this truck away from my family the week in and week out with no ambition, with no dream, no drive. I'm just working just to be working. Man, I'm doing myself a disservice. But if I'm out here beating this road for a goal or for a purpose that's short term, that's gonna create long term benefits, that's more like it. Now, if you love what you do, that's something totally different. You in your space. You right where you're supposed to be. You loving what you do. That's your passion. Stay right where you at. So I'm not saying that negate your passion, because if you're working in your passion, that's like a hobby. You're doing that for free. You love it anyway. You'll do it for nothing. So stay where you at. I'm saying if you're trying to accomplish some things, but you ain't got no plan of action to do it, or if you have a plan of action to do it, but it comes across as you neglecting everybody else to achieve it, do it anyway. Neglect their ass because they're gonna benefit from it in the long run. If you ever get it accomplished, just tell them what you're doing. Explain yourself, communicate as best you can, and keep it pushing. Because after a while, this is what they're gonna say. Well, I see it now. After the finished product done resulted. You know what I'm saying? I can remember one time my ex-wife, uh, she didn't believe in my dream of being a truck driver, owner operator. She did, man, truck driver just seemed basic or whatever. But I wanted to start a trucking company the whole time. Like I wanted that. I knew I had to take it small and whatever. But she didn't believe in that shit because she had 3 small kids and she needed some security now, right in and right now. We ended up divorcing and parting ways, and I ended up meeting another woman, and the other woman believed in the dream. She believed in me, period. So guess what she did? She poured fuel on that fire, and we accomplished the goal together. But guess what my ex-wife said? I'm so proud of you. I can finally see what you've been trying to do. She saw the finished product, y'all. Now she proud of the finished product, but she ain't want to go through the grind and help me get there. But I sacrificed everything for her and no kid. You see what I'm saying? Put yourself first. Had I put myself first, this I'm eating it right here. Had I put myself first for the betterment of my family, we probably still be married today. But I was so into I had so much love for my wife and my kids at the time, particularly my kids. No shade to my ex-wife, because I did love her. I still got love for her. But what I'm saying is this: I wanted my kids not to hurt like I hurt it growing up, financially and different things like that. You know how I go. You want your kids to have better than what you had. Typical me. I'm in that same vein. So I would sacrifice, not thinking about the long term. The long term. I gave up the long term for the short term every time. It wasn't until, to be honest with you, it wasn't until the right person helped me see different. And I still didn't see it as self-love then. I was just fortunate to have somebody who believed in me. That's just it. But what I'm saying today, forget who believe in you and who don't. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and go get it. That means mama can't get them $200 a month that you used to give her. Now it might take you 6 months to get where you got to go. It might take you a year. But after that, right there, mama can get $1,000 a month. You see what I'm saying? Because you done made it. You done increased. You done reached the goal. But that temporary sacrifice is gonna be worth it in the long run. Them children can't get them J's. School year start. But once you reach the goal, they get 4, 5 pair of J's. Won't even phase you because you reached the goal. You put yourself in position to get the goal. But everybody else had to go without until you got there. That sounds selfish, that sounds mean, that sounds hateful. But it ain't. It's called structure. It's called SOP, a standard operating procedure to reach a common goal. You see what I'm saying? You're trying to get somewhere in life. But when you be selfless, 9 times out of 10, you stay in the rat race and you stay in that hamster wheel longer than you're supposed to be. So I'm gonna leave you with that. Put yourself first. Love yourself enough to get out the hole, to get out the mud, so you can be a benefit and a blessing to the rest of your family and the people you love. That's it for this episode. This your boy Big Hawk signing off, man. I love y'all. Peace.